Got it. Hello and welcome. Jomboy and Jake Radio, episode number something. It's a Tuesday, not a Wednesday. We weren't going to do JJR this week. We kind of have this week off from a lot of content, a lot of podcast stuff. But last week, found out we were 51 for 51 and kind of need to end the year just on a good note, saying that we got 52 episodes in one a week for the entire year. So here we are, a Tuesday episode. Jake and BBD both wearing nice sweaters. Jake has a hood on his. How are you doing, Jake?
Look at you and me, hoodie guys. BBD sucking his own dick over there. Reminds me of the can. Reminds me of the can from Wet Hot American Summer. We will have that draft coming up. I'm doing well. You will see me shuffling a lot this episode. Don't really have a setup for myself here. The only desk type areas, tables, are in very open parts of the house, and nobody wants to hear me talk. Two confident votes from Jess and my mother that they don't want to hear me talk. So I'm back in the New York groove up here. And yeah, it's kind of like I'm trying to picture the perfect comparison. Like we have a complete game going. It's the end of the season. Maybe we're a pitcher that's not going to be on the postseason roster. So they're like, yeah, go throw the final. Let's get the complete game. Let's get the complete game. So we're going to twirl some bullets up there, 88-mile-per-hour two-seamers, and try to roll some outs.
A lot like my C draft.
A lot like your C draft. We're going to be redrafting the letter C again, just to see where we land. So get ready for that.
It was my Chris draft.
The Chris draft. That's right. That got a little out of hand. People are talking.
Whoever titled the draft on YouTube said the best Chris's, which just sets us up for failure. We need to figure out a way to let the audience know that it's like the phonetic sound. We did this with another name or another word before, and like they were so confused then as well. I don't know how to title it. Like,
how do you do
it? Frank draft. I don't know if that's the one you're referring to.
Yeah, the best Frank draft. And then obviously we drafted like Frankfurters or hot dogs, and people were like, that's not a Frank. It's like, how do you title? Do you do like the way they do on Baseball Reference, like that is like how they would pronounce the pronunciation?
I just think you're gonna get those bugs every time. That's
it's not on them when the title is the drafting the best people named Chris.
You can't hurt the pronunciation. There's no solution. It's a Chris draft, and you either have an imagination or you don't.
I think so. The algorithm wouldn't like if we start incorporating the phonetic spelling, like Baseball Reference pronunciation guide spelling in a title.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be good.
Like
all right.
How are you guys doing?
Good, man. I've had a good day. I got some stuff done. 2 breakdowns done. I just went and got coffee with Caitlin. We took both dogs and the baby for a little drive. Got coffee, got food. I bought leashes for the dogs. They've been sans leash for a while now. And yeah, things are rolling.
Like that.
How are you, Beavers?
Doing well. Got a mattress delivery coming to the apartment that I'm kind of just sitting here. Might have to leave for a moment at some point, but yeah.
Okay. How was your holiday, Jim?
It was good. It was a little odd because we have like 3 houses in the same neighborhood, so we were shuffling back and forth a lot. I kind of like the whole like sleepover vibe of everyone in the same house throughout element. You know, when we put James to sleep, we had to go home and shit. Like usually you're out playing games, but
Right.
family's always fun. So and Christmas is fun. I felt really guilty. I did a poor job getting gifts this year. Like I gave Katie like a gift and I said I should have got you more, and I should have, even though he's only 1, I think it would have made myself be happier, or he's not even 1, he's 2 months, myself be happier if I put some shit in his stocking, or I gave Katie just like 4 presents and 3 of them were like jokes or like cheap stuff, but it was just like an exchanging. We didn't even wrap our presents this year because we were so busy with the baby and hosting. So I did on Christmas Day. I told Katie, I said, like, I know you're not upset with me or anything, but I just, for myself, I feel like I didn't do enough to like make myself happy. So making it a reminder next year to just get stuff, even if it's not a perfect present. Just like, you know, new socks is up always. There should always be a wrapped box. There's new socks in every Christmas. It's just something.
Yeah, we'll get you just your shopping day. Like I think that's why a lot of people love Black Friday or Cyber Monday. You just go.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of we reference Scrubs on here a lot in the Chris draft, couple Scrubs references. You know, I love the episode where Bob Kelso has one day a year where people ask him for stuff and he says yes. He's like, just gets it all out of the way and nobody bothers him the rest of the year. Win, win, win.
I do like that. I just do need a shopping day. I hate them all, but I kind of think I might just have to do what society does and be a mall person for one day in like late November because I got to beat the rush. I can't be there during like crazy season. But we do live in the land of great malls. I mean, as BBD knows, North Jersey, birthplace of the mall. The one that I got my contact lens prescription at, which they tricked me into going to the mall because I thought I was just going to a contact place, but it was like deep inside the mall. And then I was walking around. I was like, this place got a lot of stuff. So I was at JJR Day. I almost bought you an outfit. I told everyone about that. So maybe we put on my calendar late November next year, like Jimmy goes to the mall and buys tons of shit for, like, if I see something and it makes me think of anyone in my life, I'm going to get it and send it to him. You may not fall on that list. You may not get a gift, you know, or you may be Justin DeSorbo, who I haven't really hung out with or talked to in 10 years, but I see something that reminds me of Justin. What up, Justin? I send it to him, you know, that might be a new thing I have to do.
Put it in the calendar. Let's pick a day right now. Let's see what November 2022 is looking like.
I like this a lot.
This is going to be huge. You're going to totally forget, and then it's going to pop up on your phone one day, and you're definitely not going to have plans to go shopping. You're going to have so many other plans, and then you're going to have to tell baby James, shut up.
Shut up.
80, yeah, Dad's leaving.
We're not going to the park today. I should make it a Friday, right?
Probably.
Friday. Yeah.
You're going to want to avoid Black Friday.
That way you give yourself the afternoon.
Yes. When's Thanksgiving? It's the 24th that year. So November 18th is Luke's birthday. Maybe I take him with me on his actual birthday. He probably doesn't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, maybe who doesn't want to go shopping? You to buy things for him.
Who doesn't want to go shopping at the mall?
Go to the mall
24th birthday
and buy whatever makes you think of someone else for that person. Go to the mall and buy whatever makes you think of someone. I want to remember that idea. Like if it just makes me think of it, someone, bam, you got it. Could be Lou Ellen. Bam, she got it.
Probably will be.
You know?
Some lingerie.
Let's see. Add people. No.
Llewellyn, tell me what lingerie you like.
I'm gonna add Sam because she's
kind of say you probably want to add Sam to that.
I'm gonna add Sam because she's master of my calendar, and also maybe she's free, and then she can help me like pick out good presents and not get terrible presents. So me and Sam have plans.
I have you shopping alone.
All right, so then Sam, you're uninvited, but you're on the invitation.
You can send her pictures of the items, but I have you shopping alone.
All right,
needs to know about it from keeping the schedule.
Yeah, she's on it just to keep my schedule. You know, it says 1 to 2. I think this is way more going to be an early morning thing.
Hmm.
Make that like an 8:30 to.
When's the mall open?
Probably 10, but I'm going to put in here it's a 9 o'clock thing.
Yeah, treat yourself to breakfast. Make a day out of it.
9 o'clock will be when you get the notification about it, and that's when you start getting ready.
Yes. And you know what? You know what I know that is fantastic?
What
that
do
at
you
least
know that's
two-
fantastic?
At least 2 of the 2 clappers, that's their name, right?
Second
Put it in their calendar as well, just to help me out and remind me.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
If you're a calendar person, we really need it.
November. See, it says it's going to alert me 10 minutes before. I think I do need to change that. I think I need to make that to like 1 week before. Yeah, 1 week before. Okay.
Can add 2 alerts to those things.
James is going to be a year and a half.
Yeah,
Maybe having to buy him a present for turning 1 will remind me. And then I would like, when was that day again? I'll check my calendar. So, dude, if I follow through on this, do you know how? So that's the weird thing about. I'll finish a sentence and I'll move on. You know how good I'll feel about myself, and then it's like, well, did I buy presents to make other people feel good, or did I buy presents to make me feel good? And like when you're being altruistic, does motive matter? Sit on that. Think on it. Get it back to me in 20 minutes. I just put 20 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
Did you get any good gifts?
Wasn't a big gift gear over here. No, I got clothes. My mom got me a sweater. Jess got me some tings. She's really working on getting my golf clubs back. If you guys remember, my golf clubs have been missing since late August. So sorry I haven't been able to swing the sticks with the fellas. But we got, I think Jess said, so Ship Sticks. Let's talk about it. Ship Sticks. I didn't want to bring this name out there, but they've kind of forced my hand. They've been pretty bad. Like customer service literally running away. Like I promise you I'll call you back tonight. No call back. So I told Jess, like, start tightening the screws. Like, let's get mean. Like, let's get aggressive here. And she thinks, so she's got someone she believes in. We got a new representative, forget the guy's name. But she thinks he's in the know. She thinks he's a Jomboy Media fan. So we've got a true one hunting for my clubs right now. And the last update was that the club sent my golf clubs out to come home to me, and then they were returned to the golf club because they said they couldn't deliver them, but the golf course doesn't have them. So that's where we're at.
Wow. You want me to go Union Bank on them for you?
No, I think we're in a good spot right now. And I mean, like they have policies set up for lost golf clubs and stuff that like they can get you new clubs. So there's a couple sentimenty things in there. But you know, if I have to get some sticks out of it, like I'm not gonna be mad. Okay. So I would just like golf clubs.
It's fair
because I owned a set and I used them periodically, and that's been off the table. So yeah.
Dude, I think it's fair what you're asking for.
Feels fair.
Feels really fair.
Feels fair. So it was a good Christmas. I mean, spoiling the baby, a lot of baby Emmett time, some good picks there. I think, and it probably segues nicely into our draft because, you know, similar themes in the movie. What's that?
So sock for
jerk off sock?
Your wiener. It's my son's sock, sicko.
Getting it all crusty on your sperm.
That's gross, man. That's my son. He puts his foot in here gladly.
Old crusty sock to put your wiener in. Yeah, right there. That's where you do it.
You unroll it.
Dude, I watched. You gave your 2-word movie reviews, and BBD, you're a movie guy too. I watched the asteroid movie
Don't
with
Look
Leo
Up.
and everyone, and I think your review was right. It was ugh.
I'm really mad at Adam McKay.
Yeah.
He used to be one of my favorite directors, and now all he does is take the best actors in the peak of their careers and then put them in a somewhat good plot movie, and then just tries to be so clever and funny, and the editing and it just ruins it. Like Vice, dude, Christian Bale put on a ton of weight, like killed himself, and then gave like a one amazing performance, and then Adam McKay and his directing and editing just ruined it. And it's like, this could have been a decent movie, but it's just, ugh. Bummer.
For me, it was kind of like, hey, I get people want to use movies to send messages and whether they're political or not. But like when you're so over the top blatant about it, like you're not sending a message. Like
No.
you should be creative about how you do it. So at the end, it's like, aha.
Yes.
So
it was so over the top.
Yeah. And it's
The one thing I heard about it was this thing wasn't even it was comically not subtle.
But I think they think like, we're going to beat him over the head with it. And it's like, well, the reason why you made this movie wasn't to tell a story or to like
right.
do anything. It was just to yell at dumb people. And if you're not dumb, if you're one of the dumb people, you're not watching that movie. If you're not one of the dumb people, you don't want to lecture.
Right. Right.
You know, so like, who's your audience?
There's nothing there like, we got them. We called them dumb the whole movie. And it's like, well, now the other side is going to make a movie and call you dumb the whole time. And you're going to say, well, that's so stupid. And it's like, well, then that's how we got here.
Yep. Yes.
That's how we got
I love all the actors. All of them are like, I watch the movie if they're in it. Jennifer Lawrence, big fan. Leo, obviously you watch every Leo movie. Jonah Hill's funny. And Jonah Hill was kind of funny. Like
Jonah and J-Law was probably the best dynamic.
Yeah. Meryl Streep was good too. They were all pretty good. It was just a bad movie.
Yeah.
I was bummed out by it.
And I think this segues us into the draft because it's the same idea, something crashing in Earth.
I know, right? And it's like the same, like over the top, in your face. We know this is dumb, but Wet Hot American Summer does it well.
So ridiculous. I can't get over some of the physical stuff they do in that movie.
I know it's a very hard movie to draft because we usually do quotes, but we've been lenient on like kind of like gags or moments.
Sure.
And this was another one where as I was watching, I was like, it's a lot more kind of just like, oh, that whole concept.
The part is that isn't a quote is what's funny here. But
I did my best to get the quotes out. Let me at new part of a draft. Everyone has to reveal how many things they have on their board, right?
Yeah, mine is very unorganized because we did say one per character as well, and I don't have them organized per character. So,
I mean, you guys would laugh. So I used the notes app, trying to suck up to you honkies. What? But the problem was I don't know some of the characters' names, and other times, like Michael Ian Black's character is McKinley, I believe. So sometimes I have it written down as Michael Ian Black. Sometimes I have it written down as McKinley.
Just asking for a mistake.
Like I grew up on some Frasier. So any Niles quotes I have as Niles from Frasier. BBD, I don't know if have you watched Frasier? You're missing it.
I haven't watched Frasier.
Great show. I've told this on JJR, and hey, it's the final ep of the year, so we'll do some highlights, but kid freshman year of college was like, oh, I hate my roommate. And we were like, oh yeah, like what's he weird? And he goes, oh dude, this guy's always watching Frasier. And we were like, I don't know. I mean, that's not ideal, but there's a lot weirder stuff going on at college. You probably get some good jokes out of it.
Dude, okay, so I just marked off my quotes. I got 12 different quotes here, but I didn't know how many per character I have. But I'm gonna flash this. You guys aren't gonna be able to read it, but I'm gonna flash it to let you know I put a bunch of different symbols to represent this is a different character. That's what it looks like. Just quotes, symbols.
Let me see those quotes.
I'm gonna get that quote tomorrow.
BBD, you've seen this before, right?
Watched it. This is the second time I ever saw it. The other time was with you guys in Dallas.
Oh shit, man! Only a second time. This is definitely a movie where the more you view it, the more
value different things than I will.
Yes. I've watched it so many times that probably the jokes that made like the movie trailer don't even like phase me, and it's deeper shit. But it's my favorite thing. I can't even draft. It's not anything, but it's one of my favorite gags of the movie. But it's like undraftable in the sense of like drafting quotes.
You want to let it out there?
Can I?
Yeah.
When they get back from town and then they're like, all right, see you later. And they just run and stand by the wall. Yeah, it's so funny. They're all waiting for him and he runs and they just stand and stare at the wall. It's my favorite gag.
That has been digging through my head since I watched it. How do you get there? And I don't know.
Yeah, like how do you plan that? I don't know. But it's nothing. Like, I don't know how you even sum that up in like one couple of words on a draft board, but that is my favorite tiny gag. I probably didn't notice it the first couple of times I watched it.
It's an impossible way to end a scene, and they did.
It's so stupid. Yeah.
Like it makes me mad. It like makes, I literally can't connect the dot to get there.
My only guess, Jake, my actual guess is that when they all ran off camera, they stood there and they were like, hey, you need to really hug that wall to make sure you're out of frame. And then they were like, let's just put you in frame. And then McKinley, you run and hug the wall too.
I like that. Or maybe they said like, let's ad lib a couple times out of the truck and one person did it. And then they were like, we should all do this.
Yes. Man, freshman year of high school. So we're talking 2007, 6, 5, 4, 3, maybe 2003. It was early freshman year of high school.
What's the question?
I had like on my iPod, I had quotes from this movie. It wasn't video because it was just like an iPod shuffle. It was just quotes. And I remember me and Platt like sharing headphones and listening to him.
So John Platt.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready? I'll write down a number.
I'll write down a number. Okay. I wrote down a number.
I also wrote down a number. It'd be funny if someone went through every single draft and had like statistics on our numbers.
My
pen won't work. I wrote 31.
Okay. And we trust him.
84.
43.
Wow. I went double 42.
Sorry. That's just a common response to my son whenever he says something stupid. Wow. It's 10. BBD gets first pick.
Damn.
I'll take the 3-4 wraparound.
I'll take the number 1. I can't let Jake have it ahead of me.
Let's go. I don't know what to take one. So I was going 2.
I have to take this one. People are going to be so pissed that it's the number 1. And I guess I just piss people off nonstop with these drafts anyway. Which is hilarious. People get mad over drafts of Chris's and C's and Wet Hot American Summers quotes. But with the number 1 overall pick, I will be taking Day Bidet.
Day Bidet, yeah.
Because it's the most repeatable line that Jake and I, going on 15 years, like if we want to remind each other of the movie or just like share a quick laugh, we will just do the old man voice and say Day Bidet. So that's why I have it.
After the performance, it's, actually pretty Pretty good.
I have this queued up.
Please.
I won't be able to hear it. Only you guys will.
Honestly say that there is no Broadway ditty closer to my heart than the one that you just heard, Day by Day.
Give me another.
That's like the whole, if you could take the whole like day by day, and then they just boo him mercifully, and then he makes the day by day choke. It's one of my favorite parts, but it was more, I just wanted to grab this before you got it, Jake. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you didn't take it one, I would have tried to take it before you got your second pick, probably as my 2, depending on how the draft order went. So it's unfortunate that it goes 1 overall, because I don't know if it's deserving, but it's my number 1 overall pick, day by day.
I think I would have if I ended up with the number 1 pick, I think that's where I would have gone, because you guys just say so much around The Office, and you've only seen the movie twice. Second time this morning. I like that line a lot.
It's such a good, awful joke. Like in that voice after the performance and him just in that character. I mean, I know we're not into New Year's resolutions yet, but I think one day I need to go full character in The Office next year.
Okay.
Like kind of around that character.
No, that is not. That doesn't take away my other guy.
That's interesting.
Because there are 2 characters in the movie.
I think you're right, because it's a different character.
It would be like Dr. Powers or Dr. Evil and Austin Powers, like same actor, but 2 different characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's that place. It's a great first pick. When you started going there, I knew where you're going. Okay, so with the second pick, I think where I'm going is I'm gonna go to the cook, the chef. What's his name in real life? The CSI guy.
I don't know his name in real life.
I was saying it so much today. The fact I'm blanking right now is making me so mad. He's got a name that reminds me of one of our friends. Anyways, the chef, the cook, he's pretty off the rails, and he's, after every sentence he says something offbeat.
Is it Gene in the movie?
Gene.
In the movie, he's Gene.
Gene. What the fuck is it? Maloney.
I'm going to find it for you right now. Don't worry. I'm on it.
Merloney.
Christopher Merloney.
Chris Merloney.
If you liked him so much, you would have drafted him in the Chris draft. And that's obvious.
So he's doing his after each sentence shtick. And so I'm assuming he's going to get the credit. Although another character says the line, and I actually don't know this character's name. He rolls with McKinley and the fat guy, the like blonde, skinny guy.
The sous chef?
The sous chef. But he ends one sentence by he ends a sentence by saying, and he's, once you finish those taters, and then I'm going to go fondle my sweaters. And the kid lets go of a, come on, what?
Yeah.
So I guess, am I taking the sous chef?
Yeah.
Because I guess I'm taking the come on, what?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find that right now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
Fondle your sweaters would probably be the best search option.
Well, I just have it on Amazon Prime. I'm just.
You're just clicky.
Yeah. But it's not that scene, so it's a different scene with them. Anyway, yeah, I mean, they play that off so well because the guy calls him out on stuff like a little bit, but then just lets it eat. He's like, whatever, fine. Like always lets him get the last word. And then that one, he's like, come on.
Can't give me that.
Good pick.
Thank you.
I had their banter's like probably one of my favorite dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
All right.
BBD.
Two
back
picks.
to back.
I've got 2 picks here. I think I'm going to go to the sous chef guy as well.
Wow.
Typically,
Off the board. He's not even listed in like the top 20 on IMDb. Like I can't even find.
Like early on in the movie, I love his more like straight manny lines, and he has a few later too, but then he gets like kind of weird later. Like I thought about taken like the first thing you hear from him when Gene calls him a dickhead or whatever. Like, what'd you say? And he said, I said, hey guys, what's your glitch, Gene? That's not what I'm taking, but I liked that a lot. It was on my board. But I like when they're looking at the girls playing and like their swimsuits and stuff, and he just goes, throw the ball. Yes.
Yeah, on my board.
Throw the ball. Yes. When they're watching the swimsuit scene.
Yeah.
How about that character getting taken twice and we don't know his goddamn name?
In the first round.
I tried to find his name.
Oh, you know what? Amazon does the thing where if you just pause, it tells you all the actors in that scene. His name is A.D. Miles, and he plays Gary.
It's huge.
He was in Role Models as well. A.D. Miles. Yeah, he's like he's like the fire in Role Models when they're like around the fire pit doing like story time.
He's a camp actor.
Yeah, he's always at camp. Looks like he's a writer for a lot of stuff, which makes sense because his delivery was very, I don't care about this. Okay, so he's off the board. Hold on, Jake took oh come on, basically, right?
Come on, what?
All right, I've already written too much. BBD took throw the ball.
Throw the ball, yes.
Okay, he is off the board. A.D. Miles. I didn't think he was going to go that fast. I got to be as honest as I can with you guys.
His
Double
lines
first
hit
round.
me the best.
Double first round. Wow.
Beavers on the wraparound.
Okay, this one's a little bit more of a deep cut but I liked it so much. Also at the end during the stand-up guy when he's doing the first kind of like go around of just the awful jokes that is killing. And I don't know the character's name because again so many characters who've done this. The like heavier guy with the long hair. During like the worst joke of him, he's like grabbing his side. Ow! Ow!
So you're taking the groin grab?
He's like grabs his side and goes, ow, ow.
I didn't know how to draft that. Would have been if I could figure out like the ow or the groin grab. Like
he makes amazing faces the whole time. He goes like full like
His reaction to the talent show is the best, like my favorite part of the movie, I think.
Yes,
and that guy didn't go on to do a lot either.
Yeah. There's so much good physical humor. I mean, again, I don't think it can be drafted, so maybe you guys are about to get mad at me, but like the Paul Rudd silent scene.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of Paul Rudd that's undraftable.
Because it's just actions. It's mannerisms.
Yeah. Yes.
He's very physical in this movie.
So I don't even know that dude's name, BBD. You drafted like the two guys who I don't know their names.
Yeah, I wrote him down in my notes as heavier guy, long hair.
I think his name is Zach Orth.
Plays a good role.
He's JJ in it. Zach Orth was in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt for one scene. The TV movie Kimmy versus the Reverend.
Go check out his work.
Okay. Jake.
All right. Let's see. I think. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna do the main character. Again, what's his name in the movie? I'm blanking. I don't know.
Coop.
Coop. I'm going to the scene where he's talking to his crush, and his crush is going through all the camp candidates to potentially set him up with. And he goes on, and hey, you guys might have to quarter me on this because he goes on a speech that's just so good, where she calls him out on not liking sluts. You don't seem like a slut guy.
Just got to be the right slut.
He says, "Yes, I am. I love sluts. Let's rock." Yeah, We were 10, but we were in a heavy shit. We went all the way back. And I probably can't take it. I'll probably just take that chunk of it. But he keeps going and he starts talking about the League of Nations and he gets to Italy and it's such a good ramble. Yeah.
Rachel Schwartz. Come on, she's a slut. She'll go.
I'll pass.
Yeah, you're not really a slut type.
Yes, I am. I love sluts. Sluts rock. It's just got to be the right slut,
What about Susie?
Yeah. I could go for Susie. She and I went out like for summer.
When you were 10?
Yeah, we were 10, but we were into some pretty heavy shit.
Where did you go all the way?
Yeah, you bet we went all the way. We went all the way back too. We did Doggy Style, Pony Style, Style Council. That's a good band. They're hot right now. Human League. They have some good stuff. League of Nations. That brings the whole thing of the United Nations. And then that brings in the whole category of countries. I mean, where to start? Well, the obvious one, birthplace of spaghetti and pasta, all that oily stuff. Italy. Now you go.
Goes on.
He just the ramble gets me.
Right after that, he the line that I almost went for. I'm not going to, and it's too close. I don't think Jimmy's going to either. So I'll bring it up now, because then she goes, "Oh, what about Italy?" He drops it. Yeah, good, safe, because I kind of paved the way with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was good.
I have a Paul Rudd one that's undraftable because it's 2021 now. And you guys can't draft it because it's 2021 now, but just like it's so funny. All right, let's see.
Back to back, Tim.
Yeah, all of my quotes are fringe characters, so it's like, or I think. I'll go Coop as well, and I'll just the end speech where he's, "I don't care that you're bow-legged, and I don't care that you're bilingual."
Yeah,
It's a back-to-back combo that gets me really good.
yeah. I don't care that you're bilingual on my board.
I like that he starts like the way they wrote it is bow-legged is like an actual like. Not something someone would care about, but it's an insult. Like, I don't care that you're like something she's probably upset about. And then bilingual is something she's probably very proud of. Well, yeah, that makes me laugh. See if I can pull that one up.
Bilingual.
Oh, I'm up again though.
You're
All
doubling up, babe.
We're only doing 4 rounds.
I could do 5.
I have a concern that BBD will snake this. He's getting 2 picks before I go again.
Wow.
And BBD snakes my picks all the time. Wow. And so I'm worried about it, but it's such a fringe character. It's like a voice, like, yeah, we can't attach a name to it. And it's when John Truglio or whatever, Joe Truglio is like, I'm going to find him because he can navigate them through the canyons. And Joe Truglio is like, I'm gonna go find him. I'm gonna bring him back, dead or alive. And then a little kid just goes, alive. We want
him back alive.
Alive. We want him alive.
That was my next pick.
That was my next pick too.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I'm so glad because no one wanted to take that in the first round because not main characters. That is so funny. Like, gotta get him alive.
We need him back alive.
Or we need him to help us get through the can to the whatever it is.
Point of going back for him.
I obviously wanted some Jolo Truglio so bad because his characters are my real life. But that was the only one that was like a quote that I thought around him.
I have another quote of his on the board, but
okay. But that's Random Kid.
I am so glad that you guys also were about to take that. I feel very justified and not a reach, but that's one of the funnier lines. Alive.
We want him back alive.
For like a little kid to say it too. All
Wow.
right.
Okay.
I mean, I can probably find that because we're laughing a lot. So I'm going to go find that one.
Go hunt that down. Okay. All right. So I've taken the sous chef. I've taken the main character.
Here you go.
Paddle.
I want Victor back.
Yeah, we all want him back, Sammy, but he's not coming back.
My name isn't Sammy. We'll die without him. He's the only one who can navigate the river.
Fine, you're right. I'll find the son of a gun. I'll bring him back here if it's the last thing I do, dead or alive.
Alive. You want him alive.
Okay, wait here.
Pause it, Susan.
His tone in that is so good.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Sometimes you got to take the layups. It's again one of the highlights of the film when he is hosting the talent show. Jimmy, you took him with your first pick. I'm gonna take the arts, farts, and crafts joke.
Yeah.
Just because again, it is so simple and not great that it makes it fantastic. Arts, farts, and crafts. That stupid voice.
Back in my day.
It doesn't even make sense.
No, it does. That's why it's so funny. It's not even an old joke. Like arts and crafts.
Day one.
Like not even the other ones, Jesus Christ was my counselor, and my
They're all
friend
layup,
name was
like, I'm old.
they're all like actual, like I'm from the really
Old.
arts, farts, and crafts isn't even an old joke.
Doesn't make sense
That's dumb.
because it's still kids doing it. You would say that at a senior center.
Yeah.
So I got it. Got it, Mom.
So are we doing more than 4 rounds?
Would you be done now?
These would be my final 2 picks.
How many more do you think you can go?
I can do at least one more round. Very, very. I don't want to start a slippery slope. I can keep going.
I only get nervous about the characters. Let's
do 5. I think we can all go one.
We can
more,
probably do 5.
I'm very
All right.
comfortable with
Okay.
the 5th. Let's see where we land. Cool, because then makes my selections pretty easy. First one, this one was such a after my heart type of bit because I think I do this to people a lot. I believe the character's name is Nancy. The camp director wants to go learn about astrophysics, and the astrophysics guy wants to go learn about camp directing, and they both go ask her where would I find a book on that. She goes, well, off the top of my head, I'd have to say a bookstore or a library. And that's the best line of that. But from there, just that whole run of things where they're reading books about each other, and they both think they learned so much. And the guy's like, yeah, I mean, you have to worry about like camp insurance. And
Yes.
I loved how much
is what I like. But that's the line I am selecting because I do that type of line on people a lot.
The first camp was found in 1908.
Yeah.
It's love. These are the early signs of love right there.
All right.
Nancy. Nancy's an odd character in the film. She doesn't really make jokes.
Which one's Nancy?
Like the assistant director. Like it's
Oh. Yeah.
she's like there. She's in a good amount of scenes. I don't know if she has like one making a joke.
The only other one I could think of, I have one other quote I had written down for her. I don't know if you want me to just rip it, but I feel
Nancy
like
could be big on Jim's board. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, but I know who she is now because I looked at the thing.
It's huge.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Nope.
My bad. What's your other Nancy line?
My other Nancy line is after they like go into town or whatever, and they go like do like heroin and drugs and stuff, and they come back. She's always fun to get away from camp, even for an hour.
Is that Nancy? Isn't that the big guy?
Oh, that is the
Oh,
big guy. I'm sorry. I wrote
wow.
it down wrong.
Wow. Penalty
Because he was the
shot.
guy I didn't know the name of, and I wrote it down just right under Nancy's thing.
Me and Jimmy get to 5-star you.
You get to.
Oh.
Let me find the line I'm actually drafting. Okay, yeah, the line I want is so right before the baseball finals thing. They do the whole speech about and they're doing like the stereotypical camp rivalry thing. Go through that whole like motivational speech, and the one kid said, "Whole thing feels kind of trite. I say forget it."
That's so well done. They were actually cool with it. There's no problem.
There's no problem at all.
Yeah, that scene.
We win the game. What do you say, team?
It sounds like pretty well-worn territory. The whole thing feels kind of trite. I say we forget it.
Is that how everybody feels?
That scene is the first time I watched it killed me because you'd seen those camp scenes all the time. And when he goes back, when he comes back and the other team is cool with it, is like the real hammer of that.
Yeah.
And you could hear him saying the word trite to the guy at the bus house. Like, yeah, they think it's trite. That's a good gag. Okay. Well, now Jake, you're up again.
So I'm up. Okay. So who's a character I haven't done?
A lot.
You know what? One of the stars of stars to come from this cast. Doesn't have, well, actually does have a lot of good stuff, but it's her character. And I wouldn't say it's the lines, it's how she's playing the character. But I will take Amy Poehler, who directs the play, and right before they start the talent show, she gets on stage and says, before we start the campers you're about to see suck dick. So
dude, that is so funny.
Again, there's a lot of ways to deliver that line, and they went with these campers suck dick, which is really good.
She's been upset with him the whole time. Is this it right here? Let me see.
Skill Mountains.
Wait! I have some bad news.
Oh,
And my bad news.
oh, hold on.
He's all around it. He's at
Let's give a firewood welcome to Mr. Alan Shepard.
That's at the start. What is it? Alan Shepard. That's that character's name, I guess. The host.
I can't find when she says that.
It's right before Day by Day. Well, the actual performance.
Oh, I think it's right here.
Drama group.
Susie's drama.
Before we start, I'd just like to say that the campers you're about to see suck dick. Please welcome them.
Very aggressive.
Okay.
Got her. Jimmy with the double.
Yeah. Did I already take a coop line? Yes, I did.
I think you
Bow-legged.
took your coop line.
All right. I'm drafting for me. I got the chef, his first words on screen or whatever, the first time that Gary, who we know his name, walks up to him he's like, I got potatoes. And he goes, what'd you say, shithead? That's the what's up that BBD talked about earlier.
Yeah.
I said, what's up, guys? But that super aggressive right off the bat, what you say, shithead, cracks me up.
It's like his second line in the movie.
Yeah.
Pepsi more
Hold on. That's we already seen him. But yeah, whenever that is, it's his. Oh, it's right here.
Sting is one of the only berry bushes that I have yet to pollinate and get my meaning.
Yeah, you mean she's the only girl at camp you haven't done it with yet?
That's exactly what I mean. Hey, Gene, you make potatoes?
Time for your potatoes.
Hey, guys.
Hey, dude, what's up?
Hey, guys. What'd you say, shithead?
I said, hey, guys. Glitch, Gene, dude.
So yeah, you like the response, but I just love the what'd you say, shit? Mean. So I'm taking that.
Their relationship is great.
Yeah. What you say, shithead?
So you got that.
Yeah. I mean, and then my next pick, I guess I just like mean shit, is when Jolo Truglio finds out he's a virgin and he goes, "You're a loser. You're a loser." And then he turns, not talking to him anymore and like looking ahead, and she goes, "You're such a loser." Like he's mad at him. He's mad at him. And then he really considers it. And he's like, "Man, you're such a loser."
His passion in that scene is so good.
Yeah.
That you've been doing this act the whole time, and you're one of us. You fucking loser.
Yeah. I think it's right here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You are a loser. Oh. Oh.
I love how it's to himself. It's just like, fuck.
Don't even need to bring it to him.
Yeah.
He knows how bad that is.
Okay. Jake.
All right. Let's see. All right. I believe this is the chubbier guy with the long hair. Again, I'll go talent show. And it's before the final act, and he yells, "Do something or get the fuck off the stage." Which I think is an emotion we've all felt.
Yeah.
And I believe it's his brother, right? Isn't that part of it?
I don't know. Is it?
I'm ready to accept that.
I think so, because when they see that kid earlier in the movie, and he's like, "I don't know humans, JJ," and blah blah blah, and then then he says, "Your brother's fucking weird."
I never caught that. If that's true,
I believe so.
Whose brother?
I think it's the long-haired kid's brother that does the final act.
It's like the robot kid.
Yeah.
It's also funny because he like looks at Michael Ian Black and like laughs after he says that line that you just drafted. It's kind of like Michael Ian Black looks at him like, "Wait, really, dude?" And he just smiles. Here it is.
Come on, do something. Or get the fuck off the stage.
It just
more
laughed.
aggressive than I remembered.
It's very aggressive.
Yeah, he's like mad. Is that really his brother?
I believe so.
I'm playing that first scene on mute. I'll read the subtitles and see if it comes up that way.
Okay. BBD, I think the last pick.
So this is the last pick.
Believe so.
Okay, there's one character that we haven't picked from that I would love to. But I think I'm gonna go with the better bit. It's Katie, the hot girl. She and Coop. This is when they do their make-out thing, and they do the sweater change because she says, "I'm cold," and he says, "Me too." She says, "Oh, do you want my sweater?" She says, "Okay, Coop. Now I'm colder than I was before when I said I was cold." So he gives her his flannel, but she says, "That's my favorite shirt, so I'm gonna need that back right now."
It's one of the 12 on my board I had it underneath the bow-legged and bilingual, but like that's my favorite shirt, so you're gonna have to give it back. And then he doesn't give hers back, so he's got both on, and she's just cold.
Flannel back on over her sweater.
Yeah, it's a good bit. That's funny.
That's good.
It is his brother. Confirmed. I never picked up on that before.
That's great. Brother's fucking weird. Okay. I'll just jaunt through some of my notes. I think this movie has a kind of a cult following to it. The only one that I think is one of the culty lines that's popular that I did consider taking is the make it your beeswax to get there at 9:30. That cracks me up talking about plans 10 years in the future and just slamming it home. Like, this isn't appropriate now. Like, if you guys are late now, I get it. We're kids. We're going to be in our late 20s. If we say 9:30, get there at 9:30.
Yes.
McKinley also had another line where the kid gets kicked out of camp for jacking off, and he says, "Where's the tape?" Kind of subtly. That got me good. Classic.
Wait, what are you doing right now?
The draft's over.
Fuck.
So we're discussing the movie.
Going, but
I was saving those McKinley lines. I counted wrong. Damn. Got all excited. Dude, the fucking great, because I have something at 11.
Yeah.
Is
I've already moved it twice.
I've already moved it twice. I can't. Yeah. And making your beeswax to be there on time.
The line I love from that sequence was Coop's well, why don't we make it early in the day, make a day of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene's great. And then the next one, Jake, I drafted one, is where's the tape? Man, we didn't find that tape. And that's a second watch because he's gay afterwards.
Yes. Yes.
I had a long-haired guy when he says, "What about Katie?" And Paul Rudd says, "Who?" Excellent. But then he walks off the dock, and it's the walking off the dock, full clothes flop is the funny part there.
Camp director Beth's her name, I think, goes
Beth.
undrafted in this. And I was considering her with my final pick. The line I liked the most was her talking to the robot kid. This is your first summer here? This is fifth. You were my first counselor. I said, well, now I'm camp director, so if there's anything you do to make your last day more enjoyable, just let me know. It's like,
it's good.
You ever been to summer camp? The camp director does not impact your day-to-day enjoyment. They can't do anything to help you. And obviously she had an opportunity to make camp a great experience for him 5 years ago. Didn't. Just her whole character's great.
The first conversation between her and Fraser guy, when he's like, "I don't work there," and she's like, "I know, I'm camp director, I would know." And then he says, "I'm a professor of astrophysics and astrology, whatever." And she goes, "What do you teach?" And he goes, "Like I just said." And they're just not listening to each other at all.
I wrote down, because early in the movie you don't normally get a lot of the quotes, so I was just getting some tallies on my board. Victor's first entrance to the movie when he says, "She want to fuck me," just got me. I mean, dumb basic humor. And then I had
talking to you. No offense.
I had the Niles in that scene where he ends and he said, "I said no."
Yeah.
So over the top.
I like the bit later when with him where he goes, "Oh, please call me Henry."
Them, I mean, they must have just let those two roll because their scenes are so awkward and offbeat in such a good way.
Which
two?
two?
Table in 10 seconds. I'll tell you all about it.
Beth.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Beth
man, Paul Rudd's tough to like draft. All his best moments are one I didn't want to draft because he uses a bad word in there. The word isn't what makes it funny. It's just the fact that he's being so mean. And then all of his other stuff is mannerisms. But I also had Paul Rudd when he says, Where is it to do? Guess I'm not all smart like you. When she when she corrects him that it's a journal, not a journal. Guess I'm not all smart like you.
My journal. Write my thoughts in it every day.
Paul's good, man.
They sell this script, like you have to buy it. So sometimes I just go to websites to like that have like the screenplays of movies.
Sure.
So I didn't have time to watch the back end of this one today. They couldn't find it because they sell it. So it's just like not, it's so weird. There's all these like Scriptorama and websites that you can like search them out.
I couldn't. It's not publicly available.
Yeah, I guess so. Because why would you buy it? Why would you buy the book or whatever?
I'll write it in one tweet.
Did you watch the shows, Jake?
Did I watch the shows?
Yeah, the Wet Hot American shows.
That's what we're talking about. No.
They're weird. There's some really funny moments, but for the most part, they're kind of odd.
The shows. No, I did not.
There's a really funny Michael Cera scene. I forget what it is, but it's a really good one. But the way they did the whole first season was that year of summer camp. Did you watch them, BBD?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so it's that year of, that movie is The Last Day. So it's like 10 episodes on that whole summer leading up to the movie. But now all the actors are 10 years older or 20 years older playing 16-year-olds. And you know the ending because you know the movie. So like a lot of the gags you have to know the ending. So I remember watching with someone who hadn't seen the movie and they're like, what the fuck? Like, is this? Like Molly, what's her name?
Shannon.
Her character gets married to the camp director who turns into the can of beans. She gets married like 3 times over the course of the movie. And you know that she ends up with the little kid at the end. It's like a lot of gags like that. It's pretty funny.
Ron's who he is.
And to completely spoil season 2, which then takes place 10 years after, or season 1, I don't know what it is, but to completely spoil it, the ending of one of the seasons is like there's this whole political conspiracy of like lab tests and like they're like doing like whatever and the president's involved in the whole ending. It's just they derail it so it was like a prank and then it's just like, so none of this mattered at all. They're like, no. And then it ends, which is pretty funny. They got everyone to come back though. They're on Netflix. Netflix did 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's funny. Man.
Malfoy is the little kid. That was a memory I forgot. The first swimming kid they have to throw away because his swimming buddy drowned goes on to play Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
Yeah, it was good. I will say so. I was trying to watch it while I was doing other stuff. And for the final 30 minutes, Jess had just gotten off a call, so she sat next to me. So I gave her the other headphone. It's a much better watch with other people because you just have to laugh at how ridiculous all of the little things they do are.
Yes.
So when I was with Jess and we started giggling together, that made the movie 20 times better.
A lot of movies are like that. And you're a great partner for watching movies with because you laugh. I had friends. Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, some of my friends from other places I live that just don't laugh. And it's so weird. And you'd be like, all right, do you guys want to turn this off? You're not enjoying it. They're like, no, this is hilarious. And I'm like, what the fuck? You haven't laughed once.
Saving the laughs for the end of the movie. And they just let out a ton of laughs.
Yeah. That's why Jake's a great person to watch movies and commercials with. Never met someone that loved commercials as much as Jake.
Life's short. If you're going to give me a joke, might as well. As long as it doesn't completely suck. Even if it does, that's funny.
Arts and farts and crafts.
I'm so old. What a performance.
Trying to see if there's any other lines I want to shout out.
Who's who? Sorry, BBD.
Just the Amy Poehler line I like is when they're talking about the robot kid getting into the talent show. So the last thing I need is some diabetic freak prancing around on stage, making my life a living hell. And they exchange looks. All right, I'll put him last.
It's so good. Who's the Jim? You're my knowledge guy. Who's the like director producer of this? Do they? Because I mean, there's so many silly gags that.
Well, I think all the Michaels wrote it. Michael Showalter is one of the main guys, Michael Ian Black, and there's a third. They had a show together.
Right. So that's kind of their follow-up.
They had a show together that Proch loved. What was that? It was called like The Michaels or something.
What was it? I can look it up. Yeah, I mean, I remember because Michael Ian Black was on all those like I Love the 90s type shows. Like he just ended up in that lane. And I remembered seeing his TV show and it wasn't for me. I don't know if I was too young at the time or I think, some of the goal of his humor is to be like off-putting to a degree. Not off-putting, but just so off the mark.
Michael Ian Black?
Yeah.
I really love. He lives in Connecticut and writes children's books now.
Yeah, I just saw the Connecticut thing pop up. Should I go find him?
Yeah. The director is, you'd know him if you saw him. He's in like the next shows, like he's a character in it. Dude, when they come back and they do the 10 years later, Coop, I think that Showalter looks like so bad. Like it looks like they intentionally aged him. The name of the show was called Stella. Michael Ian Black, Michael Showalter, and David Wayne. And David Wayne's the director, and he's the one that that made this. He did that show Stella. I remember there was one skit that it was so innocently stupid but funny that Proch loved is they all live in an apartment together and they all wake up individually and then sit down at the table for breakfast. And one of them's in a raincoat and one of them's in like bathing suit. And the other is in, I don't know, some different, suit. And then they all just look at each other and they go, wait, what's the weather? And that's the whole bit. And I remember Proch like loved that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty good too.
Summer, Stella.
David Wayne. You'd recognize his face, but I'm not sure from what. Or maybe you wouldn't. Kind of curious now.
Let me see. David Wayne?
Wain.
Okay, I'm looking at him. Man.
No?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Shaker Heights.
David Wayne. I'll check the IMDb.
He went on to write they did Mad TV, then they did Stella. He wrote Role Models. That's kind of it. So I just recognize him from kind of like season 2 of Wet Hot then.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's in a lot of stuff, but I think pretty small roles. Like he's got.
Yeah, because he's more a director.
He was in the Reno 911 movie, couple episodes, Role Models, I Love You, Man. But like pretty small roles.
Yeah, I guess Michael Ian Black's the one that like did the most. Maybe it was just those I Love VH1 shows.
Dude, I think that was the thing for me because he was, for a while, he was still very in your face. And I was just like, what?
Yeah, you knew who he was.
Yes.
Did he do anything else besides those? It doesn't look like it. No. He was in like a random scene in This Is 40. Take Me Home Tonight's a movie I like.
Mm.
No, that's funny that he was so in your face. It had to be just from I Love the 90s. Or I Love Whatever. He was funny in those.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good forum for him. Because I think, Patton Oswalt has the skit where he talks about it and he was just like, I couldn't do it. But Michael Ian Black, if you, couple quick hitters about something.
Those shows, I'm guessing BBD doesn't know them or didn't grow up with them. They were I watched them like crack. And they probably really taught me a ton about past decades that I wouldn't have have like an elementary knowledge of.
Sure.
I remember like that's the first time I heard about Valenzuela, Fernando, and like how crazy that was. It was from like I Love the 70s.
How about that?
Yeah. How about that? Do we have anything else today that you would like to discuss with the people?
What else do we got? New Year coming up.
Australia won the Ashes.
Australia won the Ashes. Another continuous fail from the English team.
Embarrassing fail.
Did
you see I got a shout out in the New Zealand?
I did.
It's pretty wild.
Number one cricket influencer in the world.
It's pretty wild. I mean, I get it. The internet works that way, but it's
still wild that it does work that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Any New Year's revolutions?
No. A couple years ago, I said, never make another resolution, and I've stuck to it.
Damn.
That's a lie and a bad joke.
Yeah, it's a good old man joke.
It's just like, yeah,
like
when
you turn 87, that joke is gonna kill.
No, it won't even. But the people will be like, ah ha ha.
Oh yeah.
Grandpa tries to make jokes.
Big time.
No, I don't know. I don't make New Year's resolutions. You have any?
I don't know.
Didn't you say one at the top of this show?
Start trying to be funny.
You're gonna do a day where you're full in character.
Full in character one day.
Mine will be to make Christmas better next year. Get a bunch of presents.
At that. I'll do my part to make sure both of you do that.
Okay.
The one resolution I did that like followed through on ever. Going into 2015, I said I'm gonna learn to spin a basketball on my fingers. Did that.
Look at that. Cool.
And I was like, well, I won't commit to learning another thing like every year. That's crazy. So
Tom Ace in the chat says that my resolution should be stay in whistle retirement no matter what happens.
That's a good call.
Yeah. Like what if the cricket world tries to bring me in out of whistle retirement?
Imagine if cricket tries to whistle you.
I can't.
Your whistle retirement isn't just
if cricket tries to whistle. If cricket tries to whistle you, you need to make like a video where you have a single tear come down your face. Just be like, here, I love the cricket community, but I promised myself and my family, I'm a father now, I will not go back to the whistle life.
It's true. I mean, I can't afford to. I had a kid. Dude, you know what else is? Get out of my throat.
Can you clip that for me?
I got some stuck in my throat. And it won't get out, man. Pissing me off. Anyway. I forget what I was going to say.
I had some good text from my mom last night.
What'd she send? She text you.
So we went out and we grabbed a beer at Kinsman Brewery, popular brewery in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And then she left. Me and Jess stayed. And she was like, when she left, she's like, "Oh, we're probably going home. I'll let you know." And so got a text from her, and she goes, "We're at this bar. It's her new spot." That's, fine. Fine. And then she said, might only stay for one. I said, okay. I didn't respond. 45 minutes later, she said, still at the bar. Another 30 minutes later, she said, still at the bar.
Is that all the texts say?
With the bar's name, yes.
But like still at bar's name, and then another text right underneath it, still at bar's name.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Because that's funny.
And then
why is that fun? That's funny though.
So Jess gave in and responded and said, sorry, just seeing these. And then my mom's next text was, come here and drive us home, LOL. So my mom's retirement is going like my college experience.
Good for her.
Yeah. So happy for her.
Happy for her. What I was going to say before I got that shit stuck in my throat was that I'm becoming, and I think this is clear to people that follow closely, an ESPN Plus junkie.
Sure.
And it literally is ESPN 8, the Ocho. But some of the weird sports I get into because people request them on the forum, and then I just like, well, here's this, Others are like simply because I just go to ESPN Plus and just like kind of watch and choose, like the pickleball. It's so boring. It blows me away. I put it on every time. They had another championship like 2 days ago. NCAA field hockey. I got pretty into the championship run there, which actually I found that to be an entertaining watch. It was like I could get into it a little bit.
Field hockey's a pretty good watch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of whistles.
Yes. And you don't know what they're whistling for, and that kind of stinks. But at that level, it was like kind of a good watch. Women's volleyball, we did our draft. BBD and Sam won it. Also, that's a fun watch. And like, I didn't watch the regular season, but once the tournament was going on, I mean, the finals were on ESPN, the real ESPN. So whatever. They now have Kabaddi, the full league. I don't know if you know what this is. It's gone meme and internet sensation for a while now. It's professional tag. Kabaddi. It's like there's 6 guys on one side, and then one guy has to run across, touch one of them, and then make it back across to the other side before they tackle him. And it's big sport in India, but the ESPN Plus now has the full league out there.
Oh, that's right. Like they set up a wall, right?
Yeah. It's like, so the strategy is like there's 6 of them, and they 2 of them lock and they move like a weave. And the guy that's like attacking, he has to touch one of them, or he has to touch behind the black line and then escape and get back to his side before they tackle him. And if you get tackled, you're out of player. But Luke and I were playing video games the other day, and then I had on the other TV just Kabaddi, and we were stopping every now and then like, what's that? What's that? So like, I don't know. I just have a lot of leagues that I'm keeping track of now. That is pretty wild.
And I mean, the people are probably excited to hear that you're gaming. Are you getting deeper into that hits life?
Yeah, Luke and I started a franchise, but I think he's gone now, so we didn't get that far. I was gonna try and if I do them, I think I'll record me and the gameplay, and then at the end, if we have like the franchise finished, I'll just dice it up and release it like one at a time. But no promises on how often that's going to happen, or if it's the franchise mode's fun though, like making your own player and stuff. Luke and I were, we were like bad at first. We had to go to rookie mode.
There's some video games that they've made the CPU difficulty real.
Also, I think if we played just one of us, it would be easier, but playing 2 people.
Oh yeah.
It's so hard because you got to really be in a rhythm of I'm passing one time. Like I'm passing, or I'll stay back. You stay forward. It took us a while. And I'll throw Luke under the bus. I gave him my pen. That that's not mine. It's another relative of mine who has a higher tolerance for marijuana than I do, my father-in-law. And it hits hard. And I do it lightly, just like kind of at the end. I haven't even been doing gummies or weed at all because I got a baby now. But I gave it to Luke because he was coming over. We were playing video games, a slumber party action. I said, hey, that's pretty strong. Like he goes 2 big ones. I'm like, I mean, you didn't hear me at all, I guess. And then halfway through the game, he like couldn't play, didn't know the controllers, and he was like, I got way. I'm like, he's like, I'm way. I'm like, I told you. Like, heed some advice.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
I'm mad at him anyways.
Mad at him for that or for something else?
Something else.
Can it be public?
Ritzy picked him over me.
Oh, yes, it's true. Did he ask you for advice?
No.
Well, he probably will.
Yeah, he's going to get... Know what advice he's going to get? He's going to meet my friend Jill.
Your right hand?
Turned a masturbation joke into slapping Luke across the face.
Joke.
Yeah, he's being the officiant. Oh, looking at the text now from your mom, that's wild.
Great text.
She's ridiculous. She needs to be stopped.
The ... after the second still. How our parents' generation text is so wild. She texts just like my dad.
Yeah.
And I could never understand it. Like, why are you not just saying sentences? It's so odd. They do it like it's Morse code. Like, okay, wait for you here. It's just weird how that generation texts in shorthand.
Know what it is? I think they got mocked for originally being full sentence people. And once they heard that there's a shorthand, now they're trying their version of it.
I think it's like they do it like army telegrams, like save time, like just get the essential words here. Like, okay, wait for you here. Instead of like, all right, I'll be waiting.
I'll be over here.
Yeah.
It's probably also like they had to like learn to text with like the number pads and stuff.
Yeah.
Where, like, texting that way had a proven advantage. And when you like have to
my
learn
dad
that later, you commit that to memory and aren't adjusting from that.
But it's rampant. I mean, I'm not, it is all my aunts, uncles. It's just like they text in that bizarre shorthand where they just skip words.
Yeah. All business.
I think I've said it before. In 7th grade, I used to do the like NMU or like R for the word R and the letter U for you. And this girl that was a 7th grader and I was a 6th grader. And I thought she was cute. And she just said like, you text like you're dumb, but you're not dumb. And it hit so hard that I stopped doing all of that. I was like, fuck. So
live dumb.
I forget her name, but she changed my life in a way.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? The things that stick with you or just actually like change the way you functionally act.
A lot of my growing up happened on the school bus.
Yeah.
No rules.
That's where I learned what's an acceptable combination of shorts and pants, shirt and pant colors, and what's not. I told that story. A kid wore green and green, and the girls just gave him hell. And they're like, nice matching. And he was like, what do you mean? Green doesn't match with green? And I was on his side. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's as like literally as matching as those match.
Same.
And the girls were just like, you don't match one color with the same color. You look like a fucking leaf. And I was like,
that's a killer insult.
Dude, I took such big notes. Like, okay, never wear the same color top and below. So wild.
Mark Beerley never shook off a pitch, you know?
peanuts. Literally peanuts.
My goal is to organically use that in 2022. So many resolutions now.
Yeah, that it like because he probably shook off.
That's the thing. Like, who's going to search at this point?
Anyone who knows Mark Burley.
I kind of want to believe it.
I know I want to believe it, but that's why I responded. Honus Wagner worked for peanuts because that's what that is.
Peter Gammons being the source at this point doesn't help.
Like he didn't watch every Mark Burley game.
And Burley's obviously known for his pace. I don't know that he never shook off a pitch.
We got Google, right? Let's
Paper
see.
football. Shout out Mark Burley.
Mark Burley ever shake off a pitch.
And what's going to come up there?
Let's see. Sam never shakes off a pitch.
Hey, has Lake Bell been in anything recently?
Blake Bell.
Lake Bell.
I don't know.
Okay.
Their first name is Lake?
Yeah, you'd know her.
Yeah,
like the water?
Just like the water.
Lake, yeah. You'd know her. She was from that show that we used to watch about how to make it in America.
She looks like Daddario.
She does look like Daddario. I need a dollar. That's what I need. That show.
Yeah. Her and Scott Campbell split up, it looks like.
Well, she's from your favorite movie, What Happens in Vegas.
Yes. Great movie.
So she's not doing anything.
That's gonna be that's our next movie.
Hot
BBD.
10 years later.
Yes, that's why it came up. Yeah. You want that to be the next movie?
No, but I want BBD to watch it so I can talk about it with him.
What movie is it?
What Happens in Vegas? I have a question for you, Jake. What Happens in Vegas? The movie.
Yes.
Cameron Diaz. What's she up to?
Ashton Kutcher,
Rob Corddry, Lake Bell, Jason Sudeikis.
Great movie.
Do we like that movie, Zach Galifianakis, or do we? What's the level, Kristen Ritter? What's the level of liking that movie and ironically liking that movie? And
I think it's entertaining. I do think the movie is entertaining.
So what's your level? Is it 100% like it and 0 ironic?
I mean, there's a little irony. It's not a great film.
Okay.
But I mean, think of the names you just said. I mean, Kutcher's pretty good. Like him.
Sudeikis,
Cameron
Galifianakis.
Diaz, sure. But yeah, Galifianakis, Sudeikis, Rob
80-20, 80-20 or 70-30?
80-20.
80-20.
80-20. Like if it's on, I'd watch.
Because there's some lines that we quote that we're quoting ironically, but there's some that are actually funny.
Yes.
Like you just make plans to make plans. Like that's not we're mocky quoting that.
Yes.
Then there's other that are like actually funny.
What a waste of time. I'm not over. I mean, dude, the boss in that movie's hilarious.
His dad?
Well, his dad's hilarious. I mean, the guy that's because he's got she's competing with Chonger for the job.
Oh, Dennis Farina as Banger. His name is Banger.
Dick Banger.
Dick Banger. Yeah.
You're telling me your name is Dick Banger.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
It's funny. All right.
Okay. What else? Is there any news that we need to talk about, BBD?
I mean, we've had some stuff on the sheet that I thought you'd like, but it also isn't new at this point.
And what's the news if it's not new, you know?
Yeah.
Ooze.
Hey, can I tell you guys something?
Yeah.
Ken Burns' Muhammad Ali documentary is awesome. And I like Ken Burns, but I didn't like his last one about Hemingway that much. But this Muhammad Ali one it's almost like it's awesome.
Have you texted Shackle about it yet?
No, I'll talk to him. I'll just talk to him when I see him. But another like kind of like the Get Back documentary on the Beatles, just kind of was like, yeah, I know the Beatles. And it opened up my brain and I was like, oh shit, I guess I didn't know anything about the Beatles. Muhammad Ali, same thing. Like I knew his name was Cassius Clay. I knew he changed it for religious reasons. I knew he didn't go to Vietnam and people were mad at him about it. And that's, the bullet points you need to know and, world heavyweight champ. But, after watching it, it's like, oh, dude, I didn't know anything.
Right. There's a lot of story to be told there.
And they go like fight by fight. I'm a Cron Pod guy.
Yep.
So it's basically, and like some fights they just like montage over it, but really all the important ones they show you the footage, they talk about it, the prep and the not prep and the shit talking and all. Dude, it's awesome. Someone said, what's it streaming on? I watched it on Amazon Prime, but I think you have to, I think there's free links out there because I paid for, there's like a PBS passport on Amazon Prime. I don't know what that is, but I think because it's PBS that there's free links out there, public broadcasting.
Makes sense.
But yeah, dude, I was like captivated. A lot of times with Ken Burns docs, it's just background and I just kind of listen out, fall asleep to it. But on this one, I kept rewinding it because I was like, wait, what did he say? Also, it's hard to understand Muhammad Ali sometimes. But like his relationship with Malcolm X and then the Nation of Islam. And then I didn't know that he had two wives at the same time and everyone just knew. Like there's a lot of stuff that I just kind of didn't know. And I always knew like he fought Frazier, he fought Foreman, he fought Sonny, but I didn't know the order of those.
Right.
Where was he in his career? Where were they? All that shit. So that's if you're like sitting around this week and you got 8 hours or, a couple days where you're going to watch a bunch of stuff, watch the Muhammad Ali doc by Ken Burns. It's awesome. Makes sense because he's like a captivating figure.
Right.
So I was captivated by it. Oh, I have another update, but I feel like I'm hogging all the updates.
You're good. I mean, I'm out.
Katie got a weighted blanket.
And
I don't know if I'll ever be able to sleep without a weighted blanket.
I'm telling you.
I'm an enthusiast. Did you?
That's why I haven't bought one. I don't want to become reliant.
You used one, Jake?
Jess bought a weighted blanket probably 2 years ago. And it's different.
I thought I would get too hot. But you
don't.
No,
because it's not like a heat thing. I don't know the science, but
it's like a down comforter almost where like it's cool on the outside.
Yes.
So the problem is Katie and I sleep in a king size bed because we slept in like a double for like the first 2 years, like touching each other. And she was, I want a bigger bed. So as soon as we got our own place, it was almost like, you know what? I'm going to get you your king size bed, which I think is too big. Can't find her in that thing. But anyway, the weighted blanket is not a king size bed. So I've just kind of stolen it from her and it was her gift.
Oh.
Or like we've tried to like squish, but I kind of roll over. But yeah, man, incredible.
It like comforts you.
Yeah, it's like someone's like wrapping you up.
It's how I imagine like when you get dogs, those like jackets for thunder. Like I think it's that for humans.
It's a lot like when you have a newborn, you have to swaddle them because then they feel like wrapped up and secure. And that's kind of the vibe there. Hers is heavy. It's 20 something pounds. Do they come in different weights?
I'd assume so.
I think most places you buy them, they do like a 10-pound and a 20-pound. Maybe I don't know the numbers right, but I think 20 is on the higher end.
Wow. King size weighted blanket, 50 pounds came up with Google. And there's cooling weighted blankets.
Yeah, similarly, I just bought a cooling pillow
Mm.
that isn't here yet, but in like a week I'll have that, and I'm nervous I'm going to be relying on that bad boy.
King size cooling weighted blanket. The only true king size bamboo cooling weighted comforter on the market. Perfect for couples. We'll see, because the one that she has could become our couch weighted blanket.
Right.
You know,
It's a slippery slope. We keep the weighted traditionally in the bedroom, and it comes out if it's a hungover day or a rainy day, then the weighted blanket will be permitted. But otherwise, it's a slippery slope.
I'm slipped, man.
You slept.
Because I've been sleep deprived. My mouth's all fucked up. I get the canker sores when I sleep deprived. You can see that. Big old one. It hurts. So I've been hunting naps. And the one day I took a nap with a weighted blanket, and I was like, just absolute heaven.
Home.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic. I don't know. Do you want to do like the news, or you want to? How long have we been going?
We're just about $1.40.
Oh, okay.
I think we're home.
Yeah, we're home.
Complete
Anything
game.
else? We got nothing until next week, right? As far as audience knows, like I'll make some breakdowns. Are you doing Wake and Shake Thursday?
As far as the humans know, yep.
Yeah, we're waking and jaking.
No talking Yanks, no talking baseball unless something happens that needs to be talked about.
Talking Yanks, we're recording that soon for next week's episodes, but no new ones this week.
On this channel, no watching or playing this week. I don't believe so. Oh, but we can promote Baseball Stars. That's going out on JM Gaming right now.
Live.
Round 2. Round 2
comes out in a couple hours here. I think 4 o'clock's been when those are happening.
That comment section is going to be very excited when they see me throw my controller and stomp it. Spoilers. Just such a classic move.
It's an all-time.
It's an all-time move.
It's gamer stuff.
It's pretty funny because I sparingly played video games growing up, but I don't think I ever got like invested. Like I don't think I ever was playing Tony Hawk and then like threw my controller. Like it's very common in little kids and young boys to like throw I was never. But putting on a show, you know. I don't know what else we have. I think that's all. Family Feud released this morning. Oh, on the gaming channel. I can tell you this to kind of close out the year to the real ones that are still listening this deep into a JJR. We have so many announcements in the works and behind the scenes stuff in the works right now that will come out. Hopefully everything like in January. I have, let's see, as far as big things go, 1, 2, 3, and that's kind of like a 3.5. And then as far as like little things go, we got 4, 5, 6. I don't know if you're counting with me, but I have 6 just like kind of big deals that are been negotiated and working on, or announcements that are coming come January. Yeah. So that's exciting. And I don't think some of it's really big. Some of it's fun. Some of it you guys are going to love. Some of you guys are just going to say, oh, cool. Yeah.
Some of you are just going to fucking hate.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that ends the show.
Love you guys.
Should I play our new?
Jomboy Jake Radio. The only show you'll ever need. BBD, snacks and tea. Wednesday afternoon, Jomboy Jake Radio. 2 hours of your life. Drafting with these short teams. You'll never have to strive. I might sound a little crazy, but it's the best breaking time of your life. And everybody
rough with it.
Yeah. Lo-fi energy.